The Cool Girl channel is one of those interesting accounts that somehow managed to bypass all of YouTube's crackdowns over the years, and because of that is much akin to a nearly extinct breed. CGC, as this lovely man named Nathan abbreviates it, is a channel which he describes in the following words. Hello femme fatales, welcome to the Cool Girl channel, CGC. I usually run vids of friends. If you have current vids, then they will be on my channel. Sometimes I go outside of the criteria. Still, it's cool for the cool females, you dig? So enjoy, lovely ladies and lovely little ladies. This is your channel. Attention, if I comment on a vid, feel blessed. You caught the eye of one of the best. Not a title taken lightly, and to the younger girls, don't get too much of an ego on the tube. I have young girls in the fam that will put you to shame. So again, check your ego at the door. The tube is for 18 and over, really, not for 80-year-old fake midgets. Lol, just kidding. Have respect though. I feel violated just reading that, but it does reveal some things about this channel's intentions. It takes literally zero reading between the lines to catch on that our author, Nathan, is seeking young girls on his channel and thrives on their attention. I mean, he literally says that's what he likes. You shouldn't be trying to attract the attention of underage girls, period. But this dude not only does so without an ounce of shame, but he even tells these girls that they should take it as an honor to get his attention, whatever that means. Continually, he goes on to tell us that he already has girls in the fam, as he puts it, that will put any other little girls to shame. Do I know what that means? No. Do I want to know what that means? Absolutely not. Are we about to find out though? Yep. Moving on from the bio to the actual content, we notice some trends throughout the videos. This dude makes zero sense. Rambling would be one word for how this comes across, but it's a little more than that. Nathan cannot string together a single coherent sentence, and when he gets close to doing so, he incriminates himself. The second most popular video on his channel, that is, mind you, once again for little girls, is entitled 101 explicit parental advisory, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, with a whopping 3,600 views and a single like. I wonder who that was. Here's a clip.
I don't want to say her name, but she was talking about, excuse me, I'll go to burp again. Okay, she was talking about a comment about, this is classic, man. Anyway, she was talking about a comment about, I hate to get on. When I get on TV, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna burp.
Diving deeper into the channel, things get progressively more mysterious. Sorting by oldest, we can find two videos that stand out among the rest. They're both clips from young-looking girls in the mirror recording themselves saying some sort of introduction, one of which has her MySpace username. The first video is entitled Prissy Girl 19 from MySpace, all caps, uploaded January 2nd, 2010, and the second simply titled Vonnie. Both of these videos are just plain odd. Before I give my thoughts though, I'm just gonna play them for you here.
Hey everybody, this your girl Priscilla checking in from the VA. Hey, I'm here! Huh? Oh, anyway, checking in from the VA. Sorry I interrupted, but anyway. All I wanted to say was, hit me up with a message, comment, show me some love, you know what I'm saying? I love to be loved. But yeah. I don't know what else to say. Talk to you later. Peace.
Hey everybody, this is LaVonda. I'm just shouting out everybody, you know, so yeah. Yeah. And I don't know what to do, I don't know what else to say. Oh my gosh. Okay. But yeah. Peace out. I don't know what else to say, Ayana, you know. I don't know what else to say. That's all I know what to do.
Let me know in the comments what about these you thought was strange. However, for me personally, it's that they are both recorded in the same place with the same camera and uploaded on the same day. And as my brother Ozzy pointed out when he showed me these clips, they're both wearing flannel as though dressed by the same person. All this in mind, these appear to be videos sent to him from these girls that he then uploaded to the internet, and this is even further implied based on the fact that Nathan included the girl's MySpace username in the video title. But then this begs the question of why underage girls are sending Nathan videos of themselves, and it heavily suggests that there is something deeper occurring here. And I think that for the answer to that question, we're going to need to look at some other content. On July 21st, 2014, Nathan posted a clip of himself wishing happy birthday to a female internet creator named Kayla from 7 Super Girls. Now, I have no idea what this was, and I'm still not sure, beyond the fact that she has a pretty large following. But what's sickening in this video is that Nathan, who obviously has no connection to this girl, is wishing her a happy birthday and makes a point to emphasize that she is 15. I mean, listen to it for yourself.
Today, it's Kayla from 7 Supergirls' birthday today, and she is 15. Anyway, so I'm gonna sing the birthday song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kayla. Happy birthday to you.
All of this combined with his off-putting YouTube shorts, it's like this guy is just outwardly embracing his lunatic nature. But hey, there's a bright side to all of this. At least he doesn't post anymore, right? Well, that's true. His last post was a YouTube short on January 2nd, 2021, but that has somehow not reduced the creepiness gravitational pull of his channel. Nathan, who has the definition of a dead channel, still responds to comments and is, as of this moment, saving new videos to his publicly listed playlists. And somehow, y'all, the playlist might be the even more elucidating part of this rabbit hole. On Nathan's channel, there are 4 separate playlists with a total of 3,369 videos saved between them. And what are the kinds of videos, you may ask? Why, thank you very much for inquiring. They're of little underage girls engaged in various activities ranging from Starbucks reviews to this. This is the definition of content 4K, but it doesn't stop there. What's most weird to me about this is that although I only barely scraped the top of these playlists, I can already tell he's digging for these videos. For instance, this one was posted a day ago and only has 19 views. 19! That means the only way for Nathan to find it is that if he's searching for it, and I guarantee you, our boy Nathan is all 19 of those views. This dude needs to have his internet privileges revoked and his hard drive searched, because I would be willing to bet a king's ransom he's involved in some cheddar pie activities. But especially for my female viewers, if you guys get anything from this rabbit hole, I just want you to remember that, according to Nathan, it's an honor to have his attention, and you should feel blessed. Honestly, Nathan is just a wonderful example of why parents need to make sure that their kids are being safe online. Whew. With that over, let's take another hard turn away from the kitty creeps into something more magnificent. That being the gate to heaven. Wait, that can't be right. Let me check the script. Heaven's Gate! Oh, okay, that makes more sense. By now, we have all probably at least heard of this group of interstellar travelers who, led by a man named Marshall Applewhite, believe that by committing mass ritual suicide, they would be able to transcend their mortal coils and elevate to the next plane of existence upon a spaceship hiding just beyond the Hale-Bopp comet. In other words, Applewhite convinced 38 other people that if they killed themselves, they would level up on board a UFO, and I kid you not, level up is how he described it. It's deeply saddening, but the bodies were discovered just a short bit after the act by an anonymous caller believed to be one of the members who neglected to commit the act. This is what is believed, but I have some other theories. The history of Heaven's Gate is well known, but what isn't so much is that their website has been continuously online for nearly 3 decades. Meaning it's not only being paid for, but it's also being updated, which is odd for a cult that supposedly killed off or scared away its membership, but even stranger is that within the site is an email. Now, being a curious fellow, you might have guessed, I decided to email the representative to get more information. I simply said the following: "Sell me on this whole thing. I don't want the copy and paste from the website. Give me your honest thoughts. Signed, Scoop." I wanted to hear from the horse's mouth why they believe what they do, and to my surprise, I got a response within 19 minutes that stated the following: "No reason to sell you. It all came to an end in 1997. Now, if that isn't just the darndest thing, a cult not trying to sell me on their practices, I dare say whoever this is truly believes, even almost 30 years later, all the hoopla he was taught. That, or the nearly $40 million insurance payout someone received, entices you to maintain the facade." You heard that right. In October of 1996, Applewhite, the founder of Heaven's Gate, purchased an astounding $1 million alien abduction insurance policy for each member of the cult. There were some at least 50 members total, 39 of whom died on the days of March 22nd and 23rd. So I'm not sure whether or not this money ever got paid out, but I do imagine that if it did, whoever got the money sees it as being in their best interest to keep up this charade. I mean, you wouldn't want people to think, you committed insurance fraud and intentionally killed this group to create a huge payout, but that's just my game theory. There's a lot to this mystery and this rabbit hole. I'd be really interested to talk about it for you guys sometime, but only if you guys would like, so let me know in the comments below if that's something that sounds intriguing to you. All in all, this is a rabbit hole that someone could go pretty far down, but for me, what's most weird is that there's still someone to this day responding to emails. Mr. B's Pizza is a local legend here in Boston, not too far from where I go to school. At face value, it's a late night pizza restaurant offering everything from pancakes to salmon? Or so it seems. Behind Mr. B's Pizza is an internet mystery that rivals Captain Coochie's key lime pies. For context, Mr. B's is probably the single worst restaurant on this side of the planet. I mean, it's so terrible, it's probably our best chance of beating the Indian street food vendors for worst place to eat. There are more than a decade's worth of reviews describing this place as something beyond horror. Some of my favorites are Joey D's review on June 19th, 2022, where he writes, "I tried to give this place another chance. The food here is like the chef is being held at gunpoint. or as if an extraterrestrial is attempting to recreate Italian food based only on pictures. Nothing about this place makes any sense. I'm convinced that microwave food would be better than this, which I can only assume is heated by the chef's hot breath. This place is an insult to food in places. Or from Michaela W. I wish I could give this 0 stars. Do not eat there. You will get sick. Read the reviews about a cat kennel on the food station. We think there was animal poop on our pizza box. The food itself was so horrid. It feels like they threw whatever they had in a box. Don't do it. So these reviews are pretty hilarious and paint a very clear picture of Mr. B's pizza, but these are only a few of the 200 plus I have found with just a quick search, and I'm kind of tempted now to read these on next stream because they're just so funny. But with so many terrible reviews, it's incredibly strange to think how Mr. B's pizza has yet to be shut down. That would be unless it's not an actual restaurant. If one were to begin researching a little further, you notice that there are a number of DoorDash reviews that warn us the inside of the building is just a house with empty rooms and the lights off. The only sign of life are the 2 dudes in the back of the kitchen cooking away. Weird. From Lovazel on September 23rd, 2022, who writes that, so I go into this restaurant tonight to pick up an Uber Eats order and oh my goodness, I was left with complete PTSD. As you walk in, it is completely dark, cold, and stale like an abandoned basement. I should have ran back out the door because I was in complete fear for my life. I walk into the back as the signs instructed, only to find a man punching the Uber order machine screen. I guess because the orders were coming in back to back, which frustrated him, so he took it out on the computer screen. He could care less I was standing there because he didn't even stop or acknowledge me at all the whole time I was there. Now here's the kicker. The kitchen area was a filthy, disgusting pig pen. After what I witnessed, I felt horrible delivering food from that place to the customer. This man was cleaning a cat kennel on the same counter he prepared customer orders. We have to put a stop to this before someone is seriously hurt because of this man's atrocious behavior. Contact the Board of Health immediately and have this place shut down. I'll post a video of what I saw if you don't believe the other bad reviews. Please believe this video to support my claim. For some reason, I can't upload the video. If anyone wants to see it, I'll email it to you. I reached out to this chick to see if I could get the video, and I've yet to hear a response, but I'll update you if I do. Even stranger is the lack of any reputable information about the restaurant, including a health inspection. As far as I'm aware, there is no data, which explains how Mr. B's pizza has gotten along so well while serving health-damaging food covered in cat turds and hair. As humans, we are inclined to trust what we see and take it at face value, and for the most part, this works. Every single day we trust other people. Like the guy waiting for the light to turn green, we trust that when we walk in front of his car, he's not going to run the red and hit us. Or when you walk into a restaurant, you trust that they aren't serving you garbage. But sometimes this trust causes us to overlook glaring issues, and it seems that Mr. B's Pizza is one of these. From what I have uncovered, Mr. B's is a front company for some sort of illegal service, possibly money laundering, but who knows? Across the internet, the business is widely listed as either temporarily or totally closed, and yet their phone number is still active. However, upon dialing, you're met with a man named Mehmet claiming the number now belongs to a barbershop. And yet we know this is not true because a simple reverse search of the number tells us not only that it hasn't changed owners, but that the number is being operated right out of the exact same address of Mr. B's Pizza, which also happens to be Mehmet's primary address, which is the guy I spoke to on the phone. So why lie and pretend to close down your pretend restaurant just to open a pretend barbershop unless you're really doing your darndest to hide something? That I don't know the answer to, but it has led me down an incredibly deep rabbit hole. And from this, I've learned that Mr. B's Pizza is not alone in this scheme, and it seems that all around us are these front companies that we are completely unaware of. But that's for another video. The John Frum cargo cult. This is a rabbit hole you could spend hours going down because there is a ton of information. Before we dive though, let's understand some definitions. A cargo cult is a specific cult system that arose in the Malaysians, which is a region stretching from New Guinea to Fiji that encompasses a ton of large and small islands. As such, during the late 19th century and early 20th century, the area was rife with colonial and wartime expansion. Now with that in mind, let's dive into the actual rabbit hole. These cults typically worship a single figure, often a soldier, who came in pretending to be a savior and gave these people who were living in essentially the Stone Age a piece of modern technology and then promised them bountiful cargoes of incredible technology if the people were to simply worship them. And this is where the term cargo cult comes from. But I mean, painting yourself as a god to people who don't know any better is peak evil. I mean, wow, that's honestly competing for Worst Human Award for this video. But fortunately, over time, almost all of these cults that became pretty prominent have died out as technology has become more prevalent in the region. But I said almost. Perhaps the most notorious of all of these cults is that of John Frum, a man who co-opted some themes of Christianity and convinced the locals on the island of Tanna in Vanuatu that he was their god. Now, every single day, these folks worship John, building crosses for him, as well as holding events where they use bamboo poles that are painted and shaped like guns that they then march around with and pretend to be Americans. In fact, every year on February the 15th, the day that John is supposed to return in the future, the group dons blue jeans and white USA t-shirts and raises the American flag. This is all based solely on the promise that John will one day return with cargo, bringing wealth to their people. To this day, people still visit the natives that worship John Frum and investigate the cult, seeking to get to the bottom of this whole thing. However, even now, no one actually knows who John Frum was. In fact, we aren't even sure that's his name. While John is a likely guess, and very well might be his name, it's actually believed that his last name, the Frum, that's F-R-U-M, used as his last name, is actually meant to be John F-R-O-M, as in from America. So when he introduced himself, he might have said, "My name is John from America," but the natives decided to call him John Frum. This is a very likely theory, but not exactly the one I go with, but I'll explain that later. The reason many people believe this theory is that because during the Second World War, over 50,000 US military members were stationed on the very island the cult now exists on. And it doesn't take much imagination to conceive that perhaps one of these men decided to play what he thought was a harmless prank. But upon seeing that it actually worked, he kept up the act and pretended to be this people's god. Except when he inevitably left the island or was killed in combat, what was originally a prank lived on, becoming a part of this people's very culture. What's most intriguing to me is that throughout the years, John never returned to see his folks, which I feel like you would do if you pretended to be someone's god, but what do I know, I've never tried. So perhaps he was either unaware of the extent of what he'd done, or never made it home himself and is a casualty of the war, or maybe something else. But either way, he's most likely gone now, so the people of Vanuatu, no matter how long they search for him, will never again see the man they worship as God. The reason I include this in a strange internet rabbit holes video though is because I found this through a video someone posted online. Watching these people sing praise to what is just some dude gives me the shivers like no other, and thankfully over the years missionaries have been able to convert people away from the cult, but nonetheless there are still hundreds on the island who remain devout believers in the legend of John Frum. Interestingly though, from the lore of the people, we know that John's first visit wasn't actually during World War II, which is why I don't believe that theory. In fact, there are stories going back as far as the 1910s saying that around that time he arrived. I've heard things even as insane as he came down on a parachute wearing white and then told everyone that he was John from America. Well, quite the entrance. And when you think about the fact that we don't know the actual origins of this cult, this makes it even stranger though to me, because this fellow would have had even less reason to be there if it wasn't wartime, as this part of the world wasn't exactly the top tourist destination on Yelp at the time. This whole thing is so weird and I would love to know more, but unfortunately we are limited to the little bit of oral tradition that we have that has now been passed down for several generations. This all being said though, I do want to just quickly say thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support in my most recent video. It's blowing up and you guys are the best. And I also want to say thank you guys for 3,000 subscribers, and I want to know if you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please let me know in the comments below. If there's something you want me to change, let me know as well. And I look forward to seeing you guys hopefully on the stream tomorrow, Saturdays 4 p.m. EST. Be there, be square, and if not there, then I'll see you guys in the next video on Friday, or over on the Instagram I just created. Now, my request for you guys is to go over there and check it out, because I want to start posting some short form content too, especially with the urban exploring stuff. And I also want to do polls and stuff and lives and get your guys' opinion on things, and that'd be a quick and easy way to do it. So please let me know if you're interested, and definitely go check it out. And until next time, I appreciate all you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.